our blues and jazz jam. Every Tuesday night we have a different band, feature band. And as I said before, this is the Toledo Trio with special guests.
They got the horchatas.
There's the blues and jazz.
Horchata.
You're leaving?
No.
You know what? Whatever.
Something.
But you know what? Quit listening to the hearing aids. Just listen to what is being said. So, I am your host, Correnia, and I'm here every Tuesday night. So, as Jerry gets through hooking up a mic that was late with the late person that came up on stage, we have
check 1 2.
Anyway, next week.
Check 1.
Next week we will have a new calendar coming out for September, but next Tuesday will be the piano duo, or dueling pianos, if you want to call it, with dueling keyboards. All right, I'll take that too. It's and then if you want to change it again, let me know. So it's a dueling keyboards with John Dash and then our very own Eddie G, who's not here tonight. But all right, and if you guys are ready, then I will go ahead and get started. And I will go back here and see what I can mess with the mic. Okay? All right, you guys, you ready?
Check 1.
That's weird. You turned one up and the other one
Right,
down.
his came up and then Jerry's disappeared.
This one here is on. I should say.
I was in channel 2.
Were you on
I
3?
was in channel 2.
Two.
Channel 2.
It's on. I didn't touch anything but his. I didn't touch anything but his.
Cocktail.
You don't know whether to get out of it.
Okay, Chris, your turn. On the mixer.
What?
I said, your turn on here, 'cause I got four up and then.
All right, we're going to try to continue on here. If it's all right by you, it's all right by me. It's all right by me. It's all right by me. Drink a whiskey, sleep all day. It's all right by me. Break a glass and then walk away. It's all right by me. Draw the curtains and broad day down. It's all right by me. Let the But I want to talk to the band too. Need to listen to him. I'm going to try to lay some ground rules down for our excited players. Now I want to stay on the one here. Let's just stay on the one, because I want to talk to you and to welcome you to JR's Jam on Thursday night, hosted by the beautiful Correnia Price right over here. From time to time, she trusts me with the microphone and the stage, and I think it's an important responsibility. So what we want to do is, we know that in NASCAR you can't win the race on the first lap, but you can lose it. So I want to just chill for a moment as we ease into our evening. We see some people eating here. I got Steve Berg out here, Rick, Dave, great jammers are already assembling. Mike Platts, the shining star of the Tommy Marinucci Trio. It's going to be a really cool evening tonight, and I feel good about it. So you know what? The vibes we're going to feel here, we're going to carry out to others. I'm going to take a listen to here, too. Nick Scott. Toledo Trio +1, John Dash Dixon. It's alright, it's alright, mommy. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright, mommy. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright, mommy. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright, mommy. to my immediate right, joining me in the Toledo Trio on the early jam portion of the show is Mr. Nick Scott Butter right here. On trombone, also with the same privilege because we just love him so much. And his lovely wife, Felisa, who's hitting on that djembe drum right there. And with every beat pounding apart my heart, that's Felisa David and Chris David there on the trumpet. Hey, the most long tenured member of the Toledo Trio besides yours truly is this guy right over here. This is Justin David. Of course, I'm always very grateful to have my good friend Jerry Chase on the drums. 73-man sailor from the San Francisco Bay. On the ship, here's what they had to say. Calling everyone to ride along to another soul. We can lift our lives away and be free once more. No one helped him wrong. No one came at all. They were cheap as water, about to blow. No one helped him wrong. No one came at all. They sailed off in the history. Ride, Captain, ride upon your mistress ship. On your way to a world that others might have missed. Ride, Captain, ride upon your mistress ship. Be amazed at the friends have you on your trail. This is Nick over here. I want to sing that to Chris David. Lot of mouths to feed. Dixon. Three-man sailor from San Francisco Bay. Rolled off of the ship, here's what they had to say. Calling everyone to ride along to another soul. We can lift our lives away and be free once more. No one heard them calling. No one came at all. There were chips and watches, so raindrops fall out of the boat. The storm was blowing, Be amazed at the friends you have here on your trip. Ride Captain Ride on your mystery ship. Be amazed at the friends you have here on your trip. You know I love you. You know it's true. Give you all my loving. What more can I do? Oh, by myself, I hope you'll understand. I just want to be loving me. You know I love you. You know it's true. Give you all my loving. What more can I do? By myself, I hope you'll understand. I just want to be loving me. Said I love you, 'cause I love you with all my heart and soul. I would trade you away to go. Bring it way down. I wanna go Chris. My goodness, we have as many people in this section of the stage that we have out there. But you know what? It's good. I want to tell you something. Last week was my birthday. Just last Thursday, or the 20th of Wednesday. And I got everything I need. Almost. I had everything I need almost except my Tampa friends because I was in Toledo, so it's very good and happy to be back. Still kind of getting my feet, feeling more comfortable here. But I got everything I need. You can sing almost. But I don't have you. That's what we need the most. Everything I need. Almost. I got everything I need. Almost. I got everything I need. Almost. I got everything I need. Almost. But I don't got you. You're the thing I need the most. I got a car and a phone. Won't get me far. Gonna break down the star. Tell me, mama, I got everything I need. Almost. I got everything I need. Almost. But I don't got you. And you're the thing I need the most. I got friends who like me 'cause I got lots of dough. People recognize me wherever I go. I got no trouble getting high. But if I don't quit you, I believe I would die. I got everything I need. Almost. I got everything I need. Almost. But I don't got you. You're the thing I need the most. Let's go Scott right now. Welcome to the stage. People recognize me wherever I go. I got no trouble getting high. I don't quit you, I believe I would die. I got everything I need. Almost. I got everything I need. Almost. But I don't got you. Chris, here's something I need the most. The trombone, yeah. door. People recognize me wherever I go. I got no trouble getting high, but don't wish you up and leave I would die. I got everything you need. Oh, I got everything you need. Oh, I got you. Everything need the more. Hey, there's some good stuff, right? All right, what we're going to do now, because it'll go by pretty quick and because we have our Legionette singers here, you're going to have to lead them from there, okay? We turned this song over at the one of the other places we patronize. From Tulsa time, we turned it to Tampa time, and guess what? We were just as late. Let's do it again. A fine morning and evening and afternoon attitude that we have all brought here tonight. If I could, I'm going to introduce Jerry Chase, and he's going to pick the next number before we get to our roaring conclusion. At least I hope it's a roaring conclusion where we all prepare for tonight's jammers. This is Jerry Chase back here.
Before we do that, if you are a jammer, please do not forget to sign in up here at the table, because I don't know everybody, so I don't want anybody just to get missed. So please sign up for me. I appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get a little bit of Jerry Chase. teeny bit. Well, I don't want much. Give me teeny little bit. I want a teeny bitty love. I'll turn it down low, and I wanna steal me a kiss. Turn it down low, you know I can't resist. I want a teeny bitty love. See, I don't want much. Give me just a teeny bitty little bit. Well, I don't want much. I'm a teeny little bit. I want a teeny bitty love. Well, I want a teeny bitty love. Well, I want a teeny bitty love. Well, I don't want to give me just a little bit. Me and the kid G here. It's a Chuck Berry song called Reelin' and Rockin'. Sometimes I will, then again I'll think I'm wrong. Sometimes I will, then again I'll think I'm wrong. Sometimes I will, then again I'll think I'm wrong. Well, look at my marching boys, 905. Those habits out there alive. Really get a rockin'. Boys, 10-22, nothing I'd rather do than dance with you. Really gotta rock it. Really gotta rock it on and go down. To my marching boys, 905, I can go while they're alive. Really gotta rock it. Really gotta rock and roll to the break of dawn. Down, I'm gonna go this way. Drop off. This is our second to last song. We'll see how much of it we can hang with it. So we're gonna give you an uncharacteristic key of all keys to play this song in. This is an A flat. And for our musicians, we got a 1-4-1-2-4. Stevie Wonder from the Songs of the Key of Life album. It's been quite a while since I've played this one. They've never played it, but we're setting a wonderful tone for tonight's evening because you never know what you're gonna get. And not the box of chocolates. Correnia, you're going to help me out if you can on this. I know you probably don't know it, but we'd like to do Superstitious. A couple of Stevie Wonder songs to close out this set. I'm going to lay it down. Here's how it goes, guys.
Oh, no, I lost it. I think that one, I got one. Amps, I went to Amps there.
I know it's in my
let the problems of today lead them to conclude that for them life is not the way. The problem has an answer, and it was that you cannot find. Just talk more to him, it'll give you peace of mind. When your life's too hard, have a talk with God. Many of us feel we'll walk alone without a friend, not communicating with the one who is within. The only psychiatrist who's known around the world. Solve the problems of all men, women, little boys and girls. When your life's too hard, have a talk with God. It's all about the one who never lets you down. You're talking all with him, he's always around. When your life's too hard, have a talk with God. Chris, have a talk. Hey, I kind of like what he's saying. Give me a little more, Chris. Give me some saxophone. Many of us feel walk alone without a friend. Never can't say if the water is within. It's all about the ball, never lets you down. You can always win, it's always around. When your life's too hard, you know what I do? I have a talk with John. He's the only psychiatrist to go around the world, solving the problems involving little boys and girls. When your life's too hard, have a talk with God. 2-5 again, 2-5 again, keep it out. When your life's too hard, boy, have a talk with God. When your life's too hard, have a talk with God. One last time. When your life's too hard, have a talk with God. The Toledo Trio show up.
You can